Pam, why don't you tell people a little bit about yourself and the type of experience where you've come from, and tell your story how you got into real estate.
Well, I did run my own business for over 20 years, so at least I had work ethic already established and have always been an entrepreneur. The last job I had was in, I think, 1996, and I was fired from that one. So I decided that I would never give another person that kind of control over my life. And, if I was going to fail, I would fail on my own. No one would have, permission to fire me but me. So I went into a few different businesses, some MLMs. I was very good at it. From a company that I worked at, I learned a lot of managerial management skills. I was in management, and that's carried over. Also, just people skills. It helps that I like people. Um, so after this very contagious disease ran through the barn, boy, I love horse training. I've always been natural with animals, love them. Enjoyed what I did. I was getting to the age where I was fearful of how I was ever going to retire. And it's such a physical business. You can't do it forever, especially as a woman. You just can't. I mean, you can, but you're going to pay dearly for it. I just didn't see retirement in my future, but I had no idea what I wanted to do. Real estate had been in the back of my mind throughout the years. As far as being a realtor, I didn't really know that there was another side of it that I could participate in. So real estate always resonated with me for some reason. I just liked it. So I had gone to this seminar, that runs through town. Make money in real estate, no money down. Of course, it's a mentorship program that wants like, $100,000 of your money to join at the top tiers. And that wasn't going to happen. That couldn't happen. They really tried to squeeze every dime they could out of me. I mean, they try to get you to sell. There was a farmer in the class. They tried to get him to sell some cows, anything, beg, borrow, and steal from your family. I mean, really, I don't even exaggerate. So I'm not fond of that. The rolling, you know, mentorship programs that seem to get rolled through cities on a regular basis, but it did get me interested, and I knew this was for me. I didn't know how I was going to do it, had no money, but I was going to find a way. I did know when you want something bad enough, you find a way. So what I did was spend that winter literally on YouTube. I call it YouTube U because that's all I could afford, and learned real estate, learned the business, learned about flipping, watched a ton of those, just learned a little bit about every aspect of the business. So what I thought I would do, my plan was to start in wholesaling because I thought that would be a stepping stone to other things I might want to do. Um, so that's what I started to focus on, and started to focus on finding properties and did a lot of driving around. I joined our RIA here, and I can remember very well that it was very difficult for me to even have because it was clear across town. It took me an hour to get there, to have the gas money to even go. So I did the best I could, and went to the RIAs, started networking. I am a networker. I'm not afraid of people, not afraid to talk to people. So I would just start talking to investors. I thought, you got to find some buyers. So that's what I did. I started collecting a buyer's list and driving around, driving for dollars, as they say. So my first property was a for sale by owner. Didn't really, I guess I did know what I was doing by then. It'd been 3 months. I mean, I'm a researcher anyway. I don't like this what I hear taught, just go out and do it, because you're messing with someone's life. That is, selling a house is really one of the biggest things somebody will do in their life. It's very, very important to them. And to misrepresent yourself and just go and, BS your way through it, I am not a proponent for that. I don't support that at all. So I ended up JVing with a flipper who was a buyer, but this just wasn't going to be for him. So he kind of helped me through the whole process and got my first deal, made I think $3,700 on it, and put that right back into the business. So that's how I started. That's my story, and that was in my first deal was April of 2017.
So 2017, you started in the industry. You got a leg up from somebody. You had said that you went to, one of these events, and I know the type of events that you're talking about. Let's roll it back a little bit. Let's go back to how you got connected with me. Um, Basically, how you met me and what you saw in, I guess, basically, what I do and how I'm doing it. How did you find out about Real Estate Recovery Group and myself?
Great question. I tried to learn every aspect of the business. And one of the things I would do is go to the courthouse and go through the foreclosures because one of the things that really, really struck me and resonated with me in the seminar was helping people out of foreclosure, saving their home, giving them equity and all of that. So that's really what I focused on. And to my great surprise, people are not as open to talking to me as I thought they would be. But that's because they have hundreds of people calling them, sending them postcards and everything else. Well, I found one that, and I had several foreclosure deals, but I found that I was having to I felt helpless to help those that already had owed too much on their mortgage. And I found a lady that was just really wanting help. And I just happened upon you on Facebook and thought, wow, they can help me. So I called and you guys, you were right from the start. You were very accessible, very helpful. I loved what you do. I loved the people before profit. I thought that's what attracted me initially. And I thought if anyone can help these guys, it's them. It didn't turn out to be, and you guys did a lot of work on this, and it didn't turn out to be she just in the end wanted to keep her house, and I think she's still struggling, and it may come through eventually. But that's how I discovered you. And then I thought, I need to learn about this. I need to learn about short step sales because I just didn't quite understand the dynamics and how to go about it. I came to New Jersey and took your class, which was amazing. What I learned from the class, what I came away with was I found the experts. I'm not going to be that expert. So that's how I met you guys, and that's where I am with it. You guys will be handling my short sales.
So basically, you came from North Carolina to New Jersey to learn from myself and obviously Leah.
Yeah,
So you've gone to our workshop and you came to I think our reboot, and you went to our master class, correct?
correct.
Can you give any advice to anybody that's out there right now that might feel that, maybe this isn't for me? Maybe, I know short sales are going to be huge again, but I've always stayed away from it. What would you say to somebody who's hesitant about actually getting involved in distressed real estate short sales?
My hesitancy was it just seemed so foreign, and I didn't understand how it would work. I didn't understand how it would actually help someone. I just didn't understand enough about it. Short sales are so people, everyone in real estate needs to be doing short sales. And if it's too complicated for you to comprehend, go to these guys because you absolutely can help a lot of people. However, if you're a flipper, you can also have just huge margins in short sales. It's just it's it's lack of education if you're not doing it, because I think short sales, and we are going to have a flood of short sales coming. It's coming with these foreclosures. And if you're not doing them, you need to be, because you're leaving a lot of money on the table. Not only can you help other people with this where they don't have to go through a foreclosure and have that on their credit, that's
Right.
huge. And it's going to be huge in the future. But you can also make money at the same time. So, and the margins are big. I mean, it would have been huge on this house had it gone through.